Hello there, folks. I'm just going to give people just a few more seconds here to into the webinar. Just our numbers are rising here. All right, I am going to get started now. Welcome to today's webinar on accessibility for professional learners. We're really excited to have you join us for the next half an hour here. A couple things to note before we get started is that the Zoom question and answer box is open for any questions that you may have. So we will be answering these throughout the webinar. So if you have a question, this is the best place to put it to ensure that it gets answered. And then at the end of the webinar, we will turn on the chat function. A recording of this session will be added to our YouTube playlist. And in a follow-up email, we will provide the link to that playlist. And we will also be sending out the slide deck that I am presenting. And then we'll also send the document with any questions and the answers that we have throughout our session. So we'll get started here with today's agenda. So we will have a few quick introductions. From there, we'll talk about D2L's commitment to accessibility. And then we'll dive into a demo on the platform to show you some tools that support accessibility. And to finish off, I'll share and show some resources. And hopefully our timing all goes well, and we will have a little bit of a discussion session at the end and have some more time for question and answer. My name is Heather, and I am a customer enablement specialist here at D2L. And I have my colleague Christina here with me, who will be answering the questions in the question and answer box. And before we get too far, I would like to take a moment to clarify some terms. So D2L is the company that Christina and I work for, and Brightspace is the product that we make, a learning management system. And depending on where you work, your organization may call Brightspace by a different name, but the learning management system refers to Brightspace. In addition, our Brightspace community is a hub of resources where you can connect with other Brightspace users and seek out additional information on Brightspace. So a link is in the chat for you to Brightspace community for you to either sign in or to join Brightspace community if you have not done so yet. At D2L, our commitment to accessibility is at the very root of our mission of transforming the way the world learns. So with Brightspace, we want to enable you to build accessible content with easy to use, pre-formatted templates that ensure your content is accessible to all. We have also built in an accessibility checker in our Brightspace editor. So if you're working without a template or using one of your own, you can ensure that your content meets that high standard. Our platform is accessible by design. The interface is built to work seamlessly with assistive technologies, ensuring that screen readers and similar tools can navigate content without unnecessary noise. Brightspace also supports learners with diverse needs, including those with dyslexia. Because many dyslexic learners benefit from support with reading and writing, Brightspace integrates with ReadSpeaker, which is available directly in the content tool, assignments, and quizzes. Accessibility really is at the very heart of Brightspace. And that's why at D2L, we have worked with an accessibility advisory board made up of clients for over 10 years. And we also partner with the National Federation of the Blind in Canada to make sure our products meet their standards. But it's not just words here at D2L. D2L has committed to accessibility by having regular external audits of Brightspace Core. and we have published an auditor certified accessibility conformance report. So as of January 2024, we meet conformance with the WCAG 2.2 at levels A, AA, and AAA, compliance with Section 508 of the Rehabilitation Act, and compliance with the Harmonized European Standard. If you are interested in reviewing our accessibility report, you can view it on our website, and we have a link there in the chat for you. And we'll also include that link in the resources section of this presentation slideshow. Before we dive into the platform, I wanted to bring your attention to our accessibility checker. Just depending on how often you build content, you may not be aware of the update that occurred in February of this year. So previous to this update, it was an eye with a check mark, and now our accessibility checker is a person with a circle around it. Just wanted to make sure that you are aware of that update, even though it did happen quite a few months ago, but wanted to bring it to your attention. So in a digital learning environment, you will find people with sensory, physical, and cognitive challenges using a variety of assistive technologies depending on their needs in the context of learning. So on the Brightspace learning platform, you can experience the impact of inclusive learning through various features that support the accessibility needs of learners with disabilities. So now let's get into Brightspace. So here we are in our workplace wellness course, and we are going to start with creating accessible content. So I am going to head into content from my nav bar here. And so we are in the content space of the course. And just in this demonstration course within this module, I am going to create a new page. And so the first thing that I am going to do is give my page a title here. And then I'm going to head down to the page content. So within Brightspace, you can load accessible templates to ensure consistent quality and accessible content while developing your course. And what's so great is that you do not need to be an expert in creating accessible HTML templates. These are already all built for you. So I'm going to select a template here. And so when we look at this, we can see that there are headings here which provide visual chunks for your content, but they also provide navigation for screen readers. So we can't just bold regular text. It is important to apply formatted headings if you aren't using a template. But as I click through here, as we can see that this changes here, that this is heading 1, and then it goes to a paragraph, and then it goes to heading 2. So we do need to ensure that these are used in the correct order, and we do not skip from heading 1 to heading 3. These headings are very important to the navigation and flow of the whole template. And so these templates that we have, they are created in a way where screen readers and text-to-speech software would be able to read the content with ease. If you do not have our templates, you can head to Community to download this package. And Christine is going to put that in the chat for us. And there are also instructions at that link for a Brightspace admin to have all of these templates cascade down to all of the courses in your organization. So I am going to expand this here to full screen just so we can see this a little bit better. And one of the first things I'm going to do is I would like to change this text to just be a little bit more vibrant there. And then I'm also going to add in a photo as well. And I am just bringing a photo in that I have on my computer. And so what we're going to do is, now that I've made those changes, is I'm going to look at my accessibility checker from my Brightspace editor. So here I can see that I have this contrast ratio that isn't high enough here. So I am going to need to change this text. And then I want to look at my next issue here. So I have an image that is displaying some information. It is not just a decorative image. So if I had an image that maybe was just some leaves or a coffee table type thing with a mug on it that didn't provide a learner with any information, I would mark that image as decorative. But here I have information about the wellness programs that are available to my learners. So I need to add some alt text in here. And I'm have that already done, and I'm going to repair that. And then I also need to go into my text here. So I'm going to highlight this. And so what I have here is it will show me the web content accessibility guidelines for small text and for large text. So I might need to go with a little bit of a darker green, and it might need to just be a little bit darker just in case of that small text there. And so I am going to save that. And now I have no accessibility issues detected. So I can press OK. And so I know that my page here is fully accessible. A few things to note about the accessibility checker is that it does not check multiple pages at the same time, and it does not check files that you have imported into the course. So the accessibility checker is only available for the HTML files within the Brightspace editor where we are here right now. So it can't be used to check the Microsoft Word files, PDF, or PowerPoint. So the next tool that I am going to show you here within this HTML space is the video note. And I am just going to turn my camera off very briefly because my camera won't work in two places. So you will see me in just a moment again. So I am going to head up here and add a video note. And hello, here I am. So video is a very powerful tool for online engagement, but really only if we can engage everyone. So automatic captioning of videos helps to ensure this engaging feature can be used more extensively in courses. So where I just was to add a video note, you can do this for videos up to 25 minutes long, and you can add them anywhere where the Brightspace editor is available. And what we can do is we can toggle between audio only, and we can also do the audio video. And so I'm going to just do a new recording. Hello, this video is all about the wellness programs that we offer at our company. Recording. And I will do demo video. And then I will just add a quick description in here. And so we do need to choose our audio language. So I am going to choose English here and automatically generate the captions from the audio. And next. And it does take a few moments for it to process, but we can insert this here. And just based on our time, we won't be able to see it. But when you do record these videos, you are then able to go and see them in your media library. If you do need to edit any of the captions, then you can do that there. One thing that I do want to flag here is that the accessibility checker at this current time, it does not alert you if you insert a video that does not have captions. So that issue would not come up in the accessibility checker. So accessibility checker is a wonderful tool, but this is an example of the need for the user to still be aware of accessibility issues and to not rely solely on that. And so I am going to turn my camera back on for you folks, and I am going to save and close this page. And the next thing that we are going to do is go look at special access. And so I am going to show you this through assignments, and I am going to edit final assignment number 1 here. So special access is shown within availability dates and conditions. So when I expand that, I can see here that I have manage special access. So you can use special access to set criteria around the availability of activities for a select group or for certain users. So this can really help learners that have physical or cognitive disabilities, or accommodate learners that have maybe been away for a health emergency, family matters, are on vacation, or perhaps maybe some folks that have been working on a really big project away from an office and they haven't had access to a computer. So this is where we manage our special access, and we can add users here. And you have the flexibility to provide a different due date or these different availability dates. So perhaps you need to have these folks be able to do this until January 30th, and you can select a few learners and press save. And then you can see the availability that these folks have and that it's longer for them. So special access happens within assignments, quizzes, and this does need to be done individually per activity. But if you set it up for one accessible activity, then you could copy that and then that special access would remain. And I'll do save and close and save and close. And the final tool that we are going to look at is accommodations. So I am going to head into our class list, and I'm navigating here through course admin. And here I'm going to edit accommodations. And so here what you can see is that we can change the timing for quizzes. So you may want to give learner an extra quiz time, as this could be really beneficial if they are using a screen reader and it takes a lot longer to navigate the pages, or if there are cognitive delays, this can be a great way to really ensure that the quiz is accessible for all. So we could do that by modifying this. We could allow someone with 30 extra minutes and press save to add that accommodation. So there we have it. We looked at accessible templates, the accessibility checker, video note with captions, special access, and also accommodations. So I'm going to head back into our slideshow here. And while we go through the last few slides, we would love if you could take a few moments to fill out our survey. We would love to get your feedback, as these results help to improve our offerings and make sure we are delivering what it is that you want to see. So there is a QR code on the screen that you can scan if you have your phone next to you, or there's a link in the chat. And I want to thank you in advance for taking the time to do that. I also wanted to point out that on this slide, we have 2 links that will direct you to Brightspace community, where you can learn more about our approach to product feedback and learn more about participating in user experience research. We also have our D2L Champions program. This is a really great program to get involved with, especially if you are attending webinars like this one, or if you are interested in participating in customer feedback groups or giving us reviews. We like to reward you with giving you champion points that you can use to redeem for swag, gift cards, or even D2L services. If you are looking for more information on this, the link is in the chat there for you. And here is a look at the topics that we have planned through to May of 2026. So the link, another link there for you folks is going to be in the chat for you. And there are also descriptions on the sessions as well. And please pass these links along to others in your organization that would be interested in attending, as it is open to all Brightspace users. And some other webinars that we do want to share is that our training team hosts 2 monthly sessions for all Brightspace users. The first one is a question and answer drop-in. And this is where you can get all of your Brightspace questions answered in real time. And the second webinar is focused on what's new in Brightspace, and this goes over our monthly release notes. So these sessions give you free access to our D2L training team in a way that you might not get otherwise. So please be sure to check out these sessions if you are available, and a link will also be in the chat for those sessions. And just briefly here, I want to point out on these slides that there are several D2L resources. So these are all hyperlinked for you folks. And as mentioned at the beginning, this will be sent out to you in the follow-up email. So please keep an eye on these slides if you want additional resources. And I also wanted to take a moment to share a quick update. We have a new product available called Accessibility Plus. And so this is designed to support and enhance accessibility even further in Brightspace, as this does have the ability to check HTML, PDF, Word docs, PowerPoints, images, videos, uploaded in content. And so this really builds on the work many of you have already been doing. And I've pulled together a few resources that give a clear overview of what it does and how it works and where it might be helpful. So if you are interested in learning more, those links are there at the bottom of the page. And if any questions come up, please reach out to your customer success manager. All right, folks, thank you so much again for your time. It is so greatly appreciated. And we hope that you have a great rest of your day and hope that you are able to apply some of these accessibility tools and practices into your courses for your learners. Take care and have a great day.